Good evening and welcome to Roundtable. Today we have with us Mr. B. Wijeratne, Commissioner General of Motor Traffic. Good evening, Mr. Wijeratne.
Good evening.
So, Mr. Wijeratne, can you give some background details about you?
Being the Commissioner of Motor Traffic, I have counted more than 5 years now, and in the meantime I have introduced a lot of innovative things to the department. And 2007 we were the first in the list of the National Product Award, and last year we got the National Quality Award, Merit Level Award. So I am making the people's life comfortable as far as motor traffic is concerned.
Yes, Mr. Wijeratne, can you explain to us exactly what the role of the function of the Department of Motor Traffic?
In terms of the Motor Traffic Act, our work domain could be categorized into 2 and 3. First one is the issuing the driving license to the entire nation, and then the first registration of the vehicle. That means somebody import the vehicle to the country, within 13 days it has to be registered, and subsequently if the person disposed or sell it out the vehicle, the ownership registration, ownership transfer registration is done by my department. In addition to that, various consultory services are provided to the other government institutions, conducting interviews or gauging the knowledge of the drivers and inspecting the vehicles. In such a way we are rendering our service to the country.
So when you say registration of motor vehicles, is
Yes.
it a very lengthy process? Does it take a lot of time for people to get it done?
Now we have weed out unnecessary process pertaining to the vehicle registration process. Now we think one day one can get the vehicle registered, and in the meantime we have introduced that one-day service for vehicle transfer. So we have the one-day transfer scheme and the normal transfer scheme. We could curtail the length of period as far as normal service concerned into 13 days. So they are the big achievement so far we acquired.
Now, looking at the functions of the Department of Motor Traffic, Mr. Wijeratne, we were talking about registering the vehicles that are coming onto the road and also the issuing the driver's license.
Yes.
Now, if we look at just traveling on roads and looking at the traffic hours, so we know it is the number of vehicles that add to this traffic problem, and also the way in which the drivers are actually driving. So basically the vehicles are registered by your department and also the license are given by your department.
Yes.
So that means there has a direct connection with the traffic problem we see right now. So what measures and steps have you taken to improve the situation?
Being the regulator of the motor vehicles, my duty or my department duty is to register the motor vehicle, but the level of congestion or ease out of congestion is actually not within my shoulder, but partially I have to responsible. The level of registration in the country is so high. For example, nearly 280,000 vehicles we have registered last year. Out of that, 50% goes for the motorcycles and 1/3 goes for the 3-wheelers, in such a way that small vehicles are coming to the road. That means road space is taken by these small vehicles. So in order to mitigate or ease out the congestion, what we have to do is, or other countries doing, is that taking the small vehicles back from the roads. That means we have to develop good mass transit or public transport system. So that is the solution in addition to the widening the road. I think that nowadays we are entertaining good road infrastructure facilities in all over the country. So, to ease out the congestion, what we have to do is that the go for the mass transit and the public transportation system.
Now, Mr. Wijeratne, you are referring to a mass transit system, that is a public transportation system. But my question is that right now, like overnight, we can't expect a public transportation system like that in, say, Singapore, Malaysia for that matter. So, we can't suddenly reduce the number of small vehicles that are coming to the road as well because of that. So, my question is, within the status quo, that is with things that we already have, what can we do to improve the situation?
Now that one area is that discipline driving. So, with a view to improve that driving license system, we have introduced new driving license, because I can highlighted that the fact that taken by the Parliament committee, that means which was appointed by the Parliament to look into the accelerated escalating level of accident in the country. The report, interim report, pointed out that one major reason for this accident is the unsuitable process pertaining to the issuance of the driving license. So, we have taken that fact into the consideration, and with effect from 27th March last year, we have introduced the smart driving license. Now, if somebody wants to get the driving license, first he has to go to the my Wijeratne office or my district office. Then he will be allocated the date and time for written test. Having passed this written test, he will be given learner's permit for learning or training with the 2 number plates, L plates, L plate. That means that intention was to have a system that the trainee is known well the road signs and the road rules. Then he could be able to get the trial very properly, because he knows the things prior to taking the wheel.
So, is it like in the other countries where you have one license which you say it's like probation, and they have P, and then they renew the license based on the record? Is it something like that?
Yes. Now that earlier we had a system of lifetime driving license as far as light vehicle driving license. Now, with the introduction of this smart car driving license, we have done away that system. Almost all driving license are now renewable. If you take into consideration light vehicles, they are valid for 4 years, 8 years. Heavy